In a shocking twist,
My God! No way!
one of the Survivor's iconic players is infiltrating the Big Brother house.
I'm in the Big Brother house, bitches!
But what happens when a mother and a son plays the game together? We get our first HOH of the season. And do you know who gets evicted first of this 25th season of Big Brother? Stay tuned, things about to get wild.
We just got into the house, and everything that I think I know about this game is totally flipped upside down.
This is Phleek Reality, and welcome back to another juicy episode of this Big Brother recap, where we give you the reality you are missing. This Big Brother starts off with the house guests walking into a Big Brother twist. That's right, Cirie, the legend from Survivor, becomes the 17th house guest.
I'm a huge fan of Survivor. I have seen a lot of seasons, and seeing Cirie in the house is crazy.
Can Cirie take over Big Brother? But the biggest question is, how in the world can her and Jared keep their big secret in a house built on paranoia?
The plan coming into this game is for me and Jared, my son, to stay undetected.
Just when you think Cirie and Jared's secret may be safe, lo and behold, Izzy drops a bomb.
You're Cirie Field's son, aren't you?
Listen, come here.
Oh my God, I know exactly who this woman is. It's Cirie from Survivor. And I also know that Jared is her son.
Now, once Jared let his mom Cirie know that Izzy knows, you can tell her Survivor mode kicked right on in.
Izzy.
Like I can't.
So now my number one goal is making Izzy 100% trust me.
Mom, I lost the first challenge.
Izzy is really confident right now.
I fully have power over him and Cirie now because I truly think that I'm the only person in the house that knows.
Wait, let's rewind for a second.
Come here, Jared. I knew it. You're Cirie Field's son, aren't you?
Listen, come here.
Unless Bowie, Jane, and Cameron are also deaf as our Olympian champion, Matt, Izzy sure did blabber that out loud. We shall see if that caused any drama later in the season. As the house guests settle in, they all go through their introductions.
All right, I'm Luke. I'm from South Florida. I'm an illustrator.
House guest, I'm red, like the color, and even spelled the same. I'm from Gatlinburg, Smoky Mountains of Tennessee.
I'm America, I'm 27, and I'm a receptionist at a dermatology office.
While Felicia tries to introduce herself,
So I am Felicia Cannon.
something strange happens.
Scary!
Our boy Corey comes back from the dead, or should I say the nether region.
I'm back, ready to go.
Not too long after the scary probe lets Corey back into the game, the humility probe starts to go off as well, sending a transmission from the humility verse to the house guests, asking for volunteers to be the first 4 have-nots of the season. Jared, Corey, Luke, and Hisam ended up taking one for the team. The house guests visit the have-nots room. Wow, say that 3 times fast. And of course, the have-nots have to sleep on beds shaped as a hot dog, a dog bed, what seems to be an unevenly floating bed, and a wedge of cheese. In one last show of humiliation, before anyone can leave the room, they must spin the booty boot dial and kick yourself in the rear the number of times the dial lands on. Now that everything has calmed down a little, Jared and Cirie must navigate the complicated social dynamics of the house while keeping their relationship under wraps. And no, the paranoia is real.
I think people are starting to recognize me and you kind of talking that.
All right, okay, we'll fix that.
They are having to whisper and share game plans in the open.
Solidify your things with the people you got, though. Luke.
Especially when Jared thinks Hisam is out here taking people's virginity.
Hyman.
Ism? It was Ism, ain't it?
Oh, it might be. I might.
Yeah. You said hymen, that's what breaks when you lose your virginity. Okay, go.
Somebody told me that. Somebody told me that.
So while in the gym getting their reps in, a few house guests decides to make working out a regular thing. And they even came up with a pretty cool name for their workout group.
How many of us are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Phalanx 5.
Kristen gets in her mind to make an alliance on day one with her new gym buddies.
I'm on the block right now, and the only way to secure my safety in this house is by building an alliance.
Is this a good plan, or will this backfire on her? And again, Jared and Cirie are by themselves whispering.
That's Kristen.
I would think passing notes would be less obvious. Kristen is out here wheeling and dealing, and the other house guests are taking notice.
So Kirsten is trying to start a lot of alliances, and so I think she's putting a huge target on her back by doing this.
Now our house guests get to venture into the incredible world of comics, who will triumph and become the first head of household of the season. In this competition dubbed Crash Course in Comics, the house guests must finish with the fastest time in a balance beam course. Unfortunately, the 4 nominees up for eviction have to sit it out.
Jared, Felicia, Kirsten, and me all have to sit out of this HOH competition because we lost our individual comps on move-in night. So we just gotta watch.
The head of household will not only be safe from eviction this week, but the announcer gives us a big twist.
The winner of this competition will have the superpower of removing 2 of the current nominees from the chopping block.
Wow, this is huge power to have, but with great power comes great responsibility. The competition begins where they must finish this balance beam course by choosing the right path for the quickest time, and the beams are not a walk in the park.
And try to run as fast as you can while these automatopoeias saying bam and pow are trying to knock you off your game.
And so far it's not going too well. Then here comes Riley, flying through this course like a real Supergirl.
I think that I'm more confident in my speed than my balance, so I'm ready to get that key around my neck.
And Riley's strategy seems to pay off because she ends up finishing with the fastest time.
Congratulations, Riley! You're head of household!
Can you believe it? We finally got our first head of household of the season. You go, Riley. Be great. Wow, some was afraid to even take that leap.
There's no way in this multiverse that I want to win this first HOH competition.
Here's where the game really starts. Riley now holds the power to save not 1, but 2 nominees from eviction.
The 4 nominees that are on the block this week are there because they lost a competition. My job as HOH is to remove 2 people from the block.
I think that's easier said than done, but who am I to say? The house guests are all pointing to 1 nominee to keep on the chopping block.
Who are you thinking about? I see it in your face, bro.
You know who I'm thinking about.
It starts with a K.
Man, Kristen is in trouble. At the end of the day, after everyone makes their pleas,
I think if I were to win HOH from every other week starting next week, you are never being nominated to the final.
Riley makes her decision on who to save.
Jared and Corey, I have removed you from the chopping block. That means Felicia and Kirsten, you are the 2 house guests nominated for eviction.
And just like that, Riley made her choices, leaving Felicia and Kristen on the eviction block. But no one seems happier than Cirie, though.
Riley turns that key, and whose face pops up on the screen? Mine, because it's my boy!
But will this bold move backfire on Riley?
I feel betrayed.
Riley seems set to take Kirsten out.
With my target being Kirsten. Kirsten came into this house guns blazing, doing too much too fast.
And using Felicia as bait.
As far as Felicia, I chose her as my pawn because she is just the sweetest angel.
The one person who is definitely not taking it well is Kirsten.
I feel completely betrayed by Riley because we were in the Phalanx 5 alliance together.
Even with Jared being taken off the block, Cirie is still worried due to the first veto competition of the season has yet to be played. With her emotions running high, Kirsten still has hopes for herself.
My head's 100% on the veto. Now, I think I just have to go as hard as I possibly can.
Elsewhere, Riley is making sure that Felicia knows she is simply bait and not to worry.
I realized that Felicia could very well win the veto, so my goal in this conversation is to reassure her that she is simply up there as a pawn.
While using very strange, but weirdly understandable metaphors.
To me, that's a no-brainer. She has her hand in all the cookie jars, and all these cookie jars are talking now.
The chocolate chips are talking to the Oreos.
The chocolate chips are talking to the Oreos.
We get to the moment where our house guests can finally step foot in the coveted Big Brother backyard. The house guests rush outside and their excitement is felt. As the rest of the house guests are still taking in the backyard, Felicia slips in the hot tub. I guess that's her way of soaking in the moment. So, moving forward, we see some of the house guests getting closer.
You know, ever since I got here, I've gotten really close to a few people in this house. And it just so happens, we were all sleeping in the scary room when we first moved in.
And even though Felicia's balance may be off, her intuition isn't.
I don't miss nothing.
She is noticing the growing bond between her fellow house guests that are living in the scary room.
I see you.
Riley shows herself to be a fearless leader and spots the opportunity to form a mighty alliance with her roommates.
Things are going to start heating up and moving fast.
And even giving themselves a name.
Oh, absolutely. It's a
handful.
The handful. Because there's 5 of us,
handful.
and the scary room has hands all over.
With the first official alliance being formed, minus the week when Kirsten tried to make, Riley has her eye on the prize.
To make sure that one of us wins so Kirsten doesn't end up with the power of veto and we can finish the job for the week.
On a lighter note, it's good to see Cirie interacting in the Humiliverse.
Being a fan soon.
What the fudge? Of course the chair is going to fart in the Humiliverse. What am I thinking?
And let me tell you, our girl Felicia is a modern day Miss Cleo, reading people like a book.
The scary room has an alliance. They built a connection there. You can see it, you can feel it.
She also forms an alliance of her own with Cirie, McCole, and Izzy.
We're the bye-bye bitches.
Cirie seems to be willing to join the bye-bye bitches, but we all know how this former survivor thinks.
So I'm willing to stay loyal to the bye-bye bitches as long as the bye-bye bitches are loyal to me, because if not, then it's bye-bye bitches.
As the bye-bye bitches form their alliance, Riley is still looking to up her numbers. Now that Corey, America, and Jared is brought into the handful 5, which now the name seems not to fit, Jared is now having concerns for his mother, Cirie.
My mom's name was not listed in that alliance, and my ultimate goal is to make sure that we can both make it to the end.
Yeah.
So of course, Jared snitches, telling Cirie about the group he is now part of. Wow, it's about to get messy. But not before a mother gives her son hugs and kisses, plus some parenting advice.
Oh, and stop talking so much.
Riley sets up the first veto competition by announcing who will be participating in the game.
Only 6 people will participate in the veto competition. The head of household, the 2 nominees, and 3 other players selected by random draw.
The head of household and both the nominees up for eviction get to pick the other 3 participating house guests by random. And the 3 chosen were Haisam, Blue, and Cameron. Before the veto competition begins, Haisam is advised that there is a big alliance and he is not part of it. We are now welcomed into the Humiliverse as we find our participants dressed like Steve Urkel himself designed these wardrobes. This veto competition will put our contestants' flower stacking skills to the ultimate test. Not only they will be trying to be the first to stack their flowers on a vase successfully, they will also be doing this while being snatched up in the air by an atomic wedgie.
The first person who successfully stacks all their flowers and presses their button will win the golden power of veto!
You could tell that Kirsten is feeling the pressure to win.
I need this veto. I need to take myself off that block.
As the competition begins, flower stacks are falling everywhere. And just like that, let's not get this contraption into the hand of any bully. You would never think that arranging flowers would be so challenging. It's like a game of Jenga, but with petals and with other obstacles.
I'm already getting sprayed in the eye, yanked by my undies.
And the stacks keep falling, falling, and falling. This game seems to go on forever, but Kirsten seems focused, as Hassam is literally shaking in his suspenders. But it's Hassam who comes out on top by being the first to stack all 35 of his flowers to win this season's first golden veto.
Congratulations, Hassam! You have won the golden power of veto!
With Hassan winning the veto competition, the odds of Kirsten and Felicia getting themselves off the block just plummeted. In a last desperation move, Kirsten tries to sway Hassan to take her off the block.
Hopefully make the decision to take me down.
Will Hassan go for it? In a much-awaited veto meeting, Hassan holds all the power, and the time has come for him to make his decision to whether use his veto or leave Kirsten and Felicia on the chopping block.
I have decided not to use the power of veto.
Well, there you have it. Hassan has decided to keep the nominations intact, leaving Kirsten and Felicia to fight for their spot in the Big Brother house.
And I just gotta hope that I can trust what people have said and I'm not falling into a trap. Not like I fell into that dang hot tub.
Going into the live eviction night on Big Brother, we will see who will be the first to leave Big Brother Season 25. But before we get into the results, there are some hints that Kirsten may have a chance to stay after all.
But I see that she really trusts me, so I'm wondering if it's a bad idea to have her leave this week.
And in the comic room, Hisam is bringing all the older contestants together.
It would be really impressive this season if the older people got together and actually won this game.
Rallying the troops and looking to up their numbers, Hisam is coming up to be the new leader.
It's kind of like Hisam at the helm, leading the charge, which, listen, I'm perfectly okay with.
Oh, it's red. Get up here.
And it looks like the Bye Bye Bitches are in charge of bringing Red into the fold.
I'm actually really excited about our group. I think we're all older. The most important thing I feel like about our group is I feel like it's very, very stable.
Our host Julie then lets us know that one of the house guests are no longer with the group and out of the house.
That one of their own broke the Big Brother Code of Conduct and was removed from the game.
Wait, are you serious? So I guess the drama starts with Kirsten trying to get Luke's vote to stay in the house.
I think for me, like, the most important thing is just that, like, I talk to everyone, and, like, you're just one of the people that I was, like, always really nervous to talk to.
When Luke returns to the humility room, during what seems to be a basic conversation about Kirsten, Luke says the N-word.
Dude.
That's right, the N-word, and I am not referring to the word ninja. The look on Corey's face tells it all, and Jared was almost speechless.
Luke, my non-reaction in the moment, being the only black male in this house, I don't know what to say.
Even though you can see that Luke tries to explain and wiggle his way through this awkward situation, you can see that he knew he messed up big time. What looks like the next morning, Luke is called to the diary room.
Luke, please go to the diary room downstairs.
Watching Luke take that walk to the diary room pretty much resembled him walking the Green Mile. Moments later, Riley brings all the house guests together, then explains to them the most shocking moment so far this season.
Due to violating the Big Brother Code of Conduct by using a racial slur, Luke has been removed from the house and will no longer be participating in the Big Brother game.
Corey explains to the house guests the entire situation.
We were in the room, and it was something to the effect of, like, go to bed, then a derogatory term for a black person, and it was directed towards me.
While Hisam says he didn't hear.
I walked out, I was like, did I just hear that?
I didn't hear this.
You didn't?
No.
I don't get it. He was right there.
Dude.
Anyways, we were in the...
I don't know, maybe he was challenging Matt at that moment, but Jared closed the situation with some words for thought.
With that being said, Luke, I hope you're the best, bro. And I just really do hope it was a learning situation for you.
Moving forward, Red does some investigation by interrogating Riley and names off her entire alliance.
I name off her alliance one by one, and it's very, very evident to me that I've hit the nail on the head.
If anything, I think Red spooked her more than anything else.
So Red all of a sudden names my entire alliance to my face, and I'm like, what the hell is going on?
And another member of the Bye Bye Bitches, Izzy, looks to get her claws on Riley.
Coming to her, and so I just want to make her feel good, but I don't really mean that on her end. I absolutely am going to target her at the first chance I get.
After Izzy explains to Cirie what happened, Cirie shows some caution.
I'm gonna have to be like, Izzy, like, stop. Enough is enough already.
And to be honest, I think Cirie is on to something since now Riley has her eyes on Izzy.
I'm telling you, if Izzy wins next week, one of our alliance members is going home.
Now we are at the live eviction, and both Kirsten and Felicia make their last-ditch efforts to stay in the Big Brother house. With that said, it takes 7 votes to get evicted, and the house guests begin their votes. One by one, except Riley, cast their votes. And
Kirsten, you are evicted from the Big Brother house.
by unanimous vote, Kirsten is the first to pack her bags and bid farewell to the Big Brother house. Before the night ends, we are hit with another curveball. The house guests are nowhere to be found.
House guests? House guests? Where are they?
Well, that wraps up the first week of Big Brother Season 25, and we witnessed some major drama. Tune in next week as we keep you in a loop of more twist-filled challenges and alliances tested.